He hasn't been feeling well lately. He has trouble remembering things since his eye was stolen.
The headmaster gives you a bottle with a bubbling blue elixir inside.
Take the potion over to Bartleby and see what happens. Take note of anything he says.
Must hold on to the first world until... Oh, it's so hard for me to remember things. My mind is not as clear as it once was.
You pour the headmaster's potion all around Bartleby's roots.
Ah, that's good.
Bartleby looks off into the distance and speaks in deep, hollow tones.
Beware, Master Ambrose. Beware of Malistaire. He comes at night to torment me. Find the one who can defeat him. That one is the savior of Wizard City.
And obviously the savior of Wizard City is us. So, and every single wizard that plays the game for some reason. I don't know why. Doesn't make any sense.
So that's what Bartleby had to say. My, how odd. Not the outcome I was quite expecting.
Headmaster Ambrose scratches his head, thinking.
Bartleby used to have two eyes. Gifts from his sister, Lady Nightstar, the grandmother of ravens. They were called the Eyes of Time. One showed the past, and the other the future. Recently, Malistaire stole the Eye of History. Now, Bartleby can't remember things. I will have to think upon Bartleby's words about Malistaire. Things are so dire, I must be sure to choose wisely. There will be no second chances.
And there we go. We completed a quest. We changed to a different video, and look, our wand has something called Major Flash. And Major Flash has more spells in it. And not only that, what else about it is interesting? We've gotten a Spirit Shield, as we stated we would get it later in the game, and now we've received it because we were able to complete Firecat Alley. Excuse me, Cyclops Lane. My bad. But now, after Cyclops Lane, what's Saphir's Tower? I can't remember which tower that is. In Unicorn Way there was a tower. In Night, there's Lord Nightshade. There's the 3, and then there's 4. I do not remember. But anyway, we'll find out what that is. And we'll take this quest back to Shellis, Gruffheart.
You found the ring? Splendid. Here's a fine reward for your efforts. I bet that young lady will love it. Hello again, young wizard. Are you interested in another job? One of those skeletal warriors once called Mushu his own. Somehow, he got hold of a samurai sword, but it belongs in its owner's hands. Defeat him and retrieve his sword, the Spirit of Mukagawa. I will reward you handsomely.
Alright. We could go to Diego the Duel Master, but we'll save that for somewhere at the end. So now we're going to defeat some fire elves, and it's not that difficult to do. You don't even need a locust swarm. I mean, this is how easy it is. Major flash. And a major flash. It's literally all you have to do to defeat them. Never mind, they have 135 health. They have 150 health. Like, what was I thinking? I don't know. What made me think that they had lower health? I honestly don't know. I do not know. So, ignore that. I got everything wrong on that. But we got one of the 3 arrows. We did not need to go through that. But anyway, for here, when you go over here, we have a 1 in 10 chance of gaining a power pip at this level. So as we keep on going up in the levels, we'll continue having more and more of a chance of getting a power pip. So that's pretty neat. And if these Fire Elf Hunters have very, very high damage spells, if they use a rank 3 spell, they use themselves and then they can deal up to 300 damage. Okay, we got some arrows. Again. One more battle. Let's skip. And we're gonna use Scorpion one last time. This game can get pretty repetitive, as I've stated multiple times. But it's not a bad thing if the battles and the quest lines go fast. And here we go.
Great. Thanks for doing this for the Fire Elves. If the Fire Elves are cursed or enchanted, and I'd bet my life they are, this arrow should reveal who did it. Greta Darkkettle used to teach alchemy at the school. She might help if you bring her the arrow.
You have to go to her for something anyway. And we'll stack a bunch of quests on top of each other. It's gonna be great.
A pocket harpsichord, you say? I can build one, though I will need many items from the town. So, you found me. What do you want? You can tell that Ambrose I'm not coming back.
You explain the curse upon the Fire Elves. Greta takes the arrow you brought, then chuckles.
He's a good soul, that Quinn, but what he knows about magic you probably learned your first day. I need more than this. To find out who cursed the Fire Elves, I'll need a charred knife from one of those magma men roaming the street. I'll be waiting. I need keys for the harpsichord. The fingers of the skeletal warriors would do nicely.
See, there you go. 3 skeletal warrior quests, all stacked next to each other. Brilliant. It's brilliant. So we're gonna do the skeletal warrior one all at once. They have 235 health, much like the Legionnaires. And they have Ice Snake. And sometimes the fire types use Fire Snake, other than the normal Thunder Snake. So we collected the Spirit of Mukugawa. And we collected some finger bones. We're doing everything that we need to do. gained a power pip. 1 out of 10, remember? And that gives us plus 9 XP for doing that one hit. It's 2 armor. Hopefully we've collected the bones, because the quest chance of succeeding is higher again. So before, again, in this quest, it would take forever to collect the bones all at once. They'd say, sorry, you could not find this. And it was almost impossible to find these sometimes, and you have to battle like 8 times. It was ridiculous. It was pretty ridiculous. So hopefully we collect both of them with this final attack. Collected the armor, and we collected the finger bones, and we got it. Hooray! But now we have to go and fight some magma men on the street. And the magma men are also similar to the skeletal warriors and the legionnaires with 235 health. This is very consistent throughout the first parts. Only in this part, you battle 1v1, and in the later areas, you battle 2 versus 1, or 3 versus 2, or 4 versus 3, 4 versus 4. So there are more opponents that tend to gang up on you all at once, and you have to deal with all of them. We got a charred knife. I could have collected some obsidian later. Oh well.
You got the charred knife.
Oh well.
Excellent. This'll show the school I know what I'm doing.
Greta sprinkles magic dust on the charred knife and arrow.
Aha! The fire elves have been cursed by a banshee's wail. All you need is a lock of her hair. Talk to Private Quinn. He could prove useful. He may know of a banshee lurking nearby. Good for you, dear. Now with the finger bones, I can make the keys for the harpsichord. Oh, the harpsichord still needs some material to create the soundboard. The best material I know is obsidian. You can easily collect this from the magma men on the street.
Well, apparently we have to defeat an elf pathfinder, and that's how we get the other stuff. But we're gonna go to Shellis.
Ah, the spirit of the samurai Mugagawa. I will find its rightful owner. Well done, young wizard. I recently learned that Wormguts, a nasty ghoul, has stolen a relic from the museum in Marleybone. It's called the Sleeper's Timepiece. It's a simple pocket watch that can bring nightmares to life. Wormguts lives in a tower somewhere on Firecat Alley. Defeat him and bring me the Sleeper's Timepiece, and I will reward you as never before.
Banshee's wail? That sounds like a wicked curse. Good thing you convinced Greta to help. I've received reports that a banshee is up to no good. I know who it is, too. Bastila Gravewind haunts the last tower at the very end of Firecat Alley. Defeat her in battle and snip a lock of hair from her wicked head. Greta needs that hair to save the elves.
Okay, but we're going to hold off on that, because we have to defeat a Pathfinder and collect a hat. And the Pathfinders, much like the Warhorns, have 285 health, and they're not hard to beat either. They're not difficult. Not with what we have. So he's gonna pass, and we're going to use our wanted. And hopefully we get a power pit, please. Oh man. But we didn't get it. And so we have to pass on this turn, which is too bad. And we collected the hat, so we could go back to Krendel and turn in our quest whenever we want. But, we're gonna defeat some magma men. And collect some obsidian. You used to have to collect 6 obsidian, and it was an easier thing to collect, and it was a high drop rate. So compared to the other quests, much easier to do. And there we go. No matter what, if it hits, it goes in. One of 3 obsidian has been collected. And we got a power pip, so we get to use it on the very first turn. Now, maybe in the future, if these battles get boring, I may cut them out and just do boss battles at the end. And I guess maybe I'll just tell you what I was doing before something. So we'll just see about how long these battles take and if they're really that important to leave in. Because let me tell you, in the later arcs, it's probably not as necessary. And there we go, we collected some obsidian.
Splendid! I will create the soundboard for the harpsichord from the molten rock and allow it to harden. Just one more thing is needed. The harpsichord strings need some conditioning. Bring me some fire rosin to strengthen the strings. You can get that from Anna Flamewright.
We're gonna go back to Gloria Krendel and turn in the quest that we got.
I knew you'd have no trouble securing those supplies. Now, a magical binding here, some weaving spells there, all done. I hope those robes serve you well, wizard. Good fortune on all your travels.
And it's all shielding stuff. Rip, I wanted stuff that does damage. Well, you can't win them all, but, I don't remember what Saphira's Tower is. Oh, this one. Alright. I now remember what Saphira's Tower is, and where to find it and what to do with it.
Greta sent you here in need of fire rosin? I have not been asked for that in ages. Venture forth to the dark cave. There you will find barrels that contain mystic oil.
What is this, my 4th recording in this session? I think this is gonna be a long 4th recording, and there's some more. Up there's some barrels.
The mystic oil. Good for you. Give me a moment to make the fire rosin. I need you to retrieve the solar lens from Shellis before I can give you the fire rosin. I lent it to him without Falmea's knowledge. He'd best return it if he wants his pocket harpsichord finished.
Great wandering wombats! That relic was stolen by the banshee, Melwina Smite. Don't tell Falmea that, though. Oh, what should I do? I would do anything to get that relic back. Except face the likes of Melwina. I'm so afraid of banshees. You appear much more adept than me. I'm sure you could easily face her. Please?
Okay, in the next video, we're gonna defeat Melwina Smite, Bastilla Gravewind, and Wormguts. See you later. Actually, when I'm not recording, I'll go to turn in the Rand Tamer requests, so it won't be there anymore when we record next. See you later.